Also about WB. This next news story comes from Michael McWhirter over at Polygon. Warner Bros. Is now erasing games as it plans to delist Adult Swim published titles.
What are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery is telling developers that it's spent all that money to buy Discovery and buy all these other things, and then now they're like, oh wait, we can't afford it.
We actually can't afford this. Why did we do this? Oh well, cut them.
WB Discovery is telling developers it plans to start retiring games published by its Adult Swim Games label. Game makers who worked with the publisher tell Polygon. At least 3 games are under threat of being removed from Steam and other digital stores, with the fate of other games published by Adult Swim unclear. The media conglomerate planned removal of those games echoes cuts from its film and television business. Warner Bros. Discovery infamously scrapped plans to release nearly complete versions of movies Batgirl and Coyote vs. Acme, and removed multiple series from its streaming services. Warner Bros. Does go through with its plan to delist Adult Swim games from Steam and digital consoles. 18 or more games could be affected. News of the Warner Brothers plan to potentially pull Adult Swim games from Steam and PlayStation Store was first reported by the developer Owen Reedy, who released puzzle adventure game Small Radios, Big Televisions through the label in 2016. Reedy said on X, Tuesday the game was being retired by Adult Swim Games owner. He responded to the company's decision by making the Windows PC version of Small Radios, Big Televisions available to download for free from his studio's website.
Let's go.
So,
love it.
There you go. That's how people are combating it. Is like the developers who made it is like, all right, I'll just give it away for free, I guess, on my own website. Which sucks because then they miss out on money, but at least it's still available to the public.
Somebody will have it.
Polygon reached out to other developers who had worked with Adult Swim Games as a publisher, and 2 studios responded to say that they'd receive a similar warning from WB Discovery. They're still in the dark about what it means for their games. Developer Michael Molinari, who released Sound Dodger Plus through Adult Swim Games in 2013, told Polygon he received a warning from WB Discovery rep earlier this week that his game would be removed from Steam within the next 60 days. I don't know if they're delisting it or deleting it, Molinari told Polygon in an email. I pleaded with the rep to transfer ownership to my company, as I still retain all IP and games rights. I sent him a link to Steam's transfer page and explained clearly that it takes literally 3 clicks to transfer ownership to me. He rejected my request. Molinari said the WB Discovery representative and the decision not to transfer ownership back to developers stems from logistical and resource constraints and the limited capacity of our team. One developer Polygon spoke with said the current Adult Swim Games team consisted of a skeleton crew. Molinari expressed frustration that the WBD's planned removal of his game and others would lead to over a decade of downloads, community guides, reviews, and patch notes suddenly vanishing. According to Molinari, WB Discovery informed him that he's allowed to republish Sound Dodger Plus on Steam. That option presents its own issues. Doing so would erase all my wish lists, reviews, community guides, and forum discussions, along with not allowing new and old owners of the games to compare achievements and trading cards, Molinari said. The other legal requirements republishing the game myself is to remove any and all mention of Adult Swim Games, Molinari said. I asked for clarification, and he even wants the credit sequence altered to remove the names of all the Adult Swim Games team. I'm a huge supporter of game preservation, and this is a direct blow to properly crediting the people that worked on a game. Wild, right? Matt Lewandowski, co-owner of studio Team 2-Bit, the developer behind the Adult Swim game published Fist Puncher, told Polygon that he'd also been contacted by WB Discovery with a similar warning. Lewandowski said that the rep blamed the impending removal of Fist Puncher on internal business changes. Same thing, they requested them to transfer the studio, and they said they can't transfer the game due to the fact that they made the decision not to transfer ownership due to logistical and resource restraints. So basically, he's not getting paid enough to do 3 clicks and transfer ownership over.
Literal insanity, bro.
Lewandowski's story sounds very similar. I'm not going to read the whole thing again, but yeah, basically the game's been out for 11 years. There's a huge community on Steam, and to republish it would not only be a logistical nightmare because they have to scrub Adult Swim Games from the thing, but all the reviews, all the game guides, everything through Steam would just be gone. Just no more, because it would basically be released as a new game. So it's wild what they're doing over there. But I brought this up because, like, the first thing that popped in my head is like, wow, at any moment, like, digital games, I love digital games. Don't get me wrong. I buy all my games digital now. I haven't bought a physical game in
years.
Like, it's been, probably like 7-8 years now. It's been a while. Death Stranding, whenever Death Stranding came out, but I don't think I played the physical version. I think I actually played it digitally, honestly. And to think that at any moment, like, yeah, publishers could just be like, no, we're taking it down. It's gone. That is scary. But man, like what is going on? I know I was just going to say, what is going on at WB right now? Like, they're just losing their minds from the last story to now this one, where they're just straight up telling like these people like, hey, we're taking down your game. And we're not going to help you in any way whatsoever. Like, man, what a nightmare company. Right.
And it's maddening how much they don't care about any creative endeavor, really. Like they claim they create about it, or they care about creatives, and then they pull stunts like this.
Yeah.
Right. Also, I want to say, regarding these games that are being delisted, this is me speaking for me. I don't speak for Garrett. Garrett may feel differently. For the creator that is putting their game up on their own site, definitely go and get it from them. However, if WB is not giving the rights back to the creators, and the creators and WB or if WB is delisting them and not allowing you to get them, and if the creators themselves are not posting them up anywhere for you to get them because WB told them not to, steal them. Steal them from WB. Who cares? They don't care. And at least somebody is still playing them.
They're just taking stuff down.
Steal them. Take them. Torn them. I don't care. Do it.
Yeah. It's just so bonkers to think that, like, yeah, at a moment, oh, okay, yeah, that game is gone. Boom. Like,
it's gone.
And
there's no way for you to buy it. There's no way for you to buy it. There's no way for the company to sell it to you because WB will not let them sell it to you. Take it.
Yeah. Unless there's physical copies made of the game, which a lot of these games probably not.
Don't.
Because they're indie titles that were developed or published by Adult Swim Games. So it's like, I'm sure a lot of them didn't have physical releases. So it's like, yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. It's like, man, I hope some of the other studios do follow suit where they do release them.
Just put it up for free.
Either on their website or get it up on Steam. But to go back to the point too about Adult Swim saying like, hey, if you're going to re-release the game, you have to take out any mention of Adult Swim games.
Okay.
How like, well, yeah, okay, but that first guy I read a story made a really good point. Like Molinari, he said, he's like, some of those people at Adult Swim Games did a lot of hard work. They were just as much a part of making the game and making the game possible as our studio was. Imagine having your name scrubbed from the credits because some corporation said to do it. That would be like, if I was on the team, if I was working for WB and working on one of those indie games and my name was in the credits, I would be so proud of that, and to have that scrubbed.
Right.
Yeah, it's a small.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a small little game. So like, man, but how, like, that would just be, I would be so pissed. I would be so mad. Like, are you kidding?
You want it scrubbed? You own it. You do it. You scrub it. I don't own it. You own it. You want it scrubbed? You want yourself off of it? Take yourself off of it. I'm not taking you off for something that I don't own. Now, if you want to give it back to me, there's of course stipulations, like you said, where if people want to have themselves credited on the game, they should be allowed to have themselves credited. Telling people to take people off is crazy when they did work already, just like you just said.
You know what I would do?
That's wild.
If I was Molinari and so WB is like, hey, yeah, you can go ahead and republish the game on Steam, but just scrub Adult Swim Games from it. What I would do is just in that part of the credits, just make it look like a marker and just like cross out the logo, but leave all the names. Leave all the names and just like cross out the logo. Be like, hey, these people still work on the game.
Or maybe there's some way that you can like,
it's just like a scribble, like over Adult Swim, but all the names are still there. Cause like those people, like they did hard work, you know?
Maybe there's a way that you can make the people who worked on it, if they want to, be like honorary members of your development team.
Just like a special
that way you can,
like an extra super special thanks section where it's just like,
yeah,
hey,
so you could put their names and what they did. That way they don't have to mention Adult Swim. There has to be ways around it.
Oh, I'm sure there's ways around it. And that, like, cause again, that just seems wild. Like imagine any other industry doing that, like for music or for like movies. That just blows my mind. Like imagine a movie coming out years later. I mean, I guess
it's been done.
It's been done, even within the games industry, I guess. Like I just think of like not to that extent, but I just think of like Konami. Once they got rid of Kojima, like you go back and like when Metal Gear Solid 5 first came out, the boxes said a Kojima game on the front, and then like soon as
That's
it
what
got
mine
kicked out,
says.
they booted, they erased it from the box art and everything. Like his name is like, yeah, his name is still in the credits, but it's not like all over the place where it normally was. So
there have been some game studios that if you work less than a certain amount of time on a game, you don't get your name in the credits. That's insanity. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And this feels just like that.
Yeah.
Like this is another instance of that kind of manipulative, controlling, I don't know. What's the word? Spiteful almost?
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah. It's almost just like which is weird, because what do they have to be, what vendetta do they have against these developers?
That's the weird part.
Like Adult Swim still exists, right?
Yeah.
So what?
Absolutely.
Why are they acting like Adult Swim doesn't exist anymore? Like that's the wild thing.
Well, because I'm trying to figure out, what do you lose by turning the rights back over to the person if you're not gonna sell it anymore?
Well, that's the weird thing. They're giving the rights to them. They're just not willing to do the work to transfer the Steam ownership.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what all these developers are saying. They're like, we still have the rights. Like we can republish the game ourselves, but they just don't have like the key from Steam to say, hey, this is our game, which is
right.
So it's like, so they're having to like re-upload the source code basically when it's already there. It's like, just let us use what's already there. What's already uploaded. Like, don't make us start over. Don't make us build this community from scratch. Like
maybe Valve charges Adult Swim for transferring a key. That's the only thing I can think of.
All right, then Adult Swim just sends an invoice to the indie studio and says, hey, Steam charges this, you pay for it. And if they want to go through with it, then they'll pay it. And if they don't, then WB just doesn't.
That's fair.
At least give the option. But the fact that they're not, and they're attributing it to like because of like a lack of resources, it's like, no, you just feel like you're not getting paid enough to do the 3 clicks, like the guy said. Like he's just like, he doesn't want to take the 30 seconds to do some clicks and transfer it over for no reason. So sad. It's sad. I don't know what's going on over there, WB, but between the live service thing and now this, I'm like, bonkers crazy. I don't know what they're thinking.
What are we doing, man?
The movie stuff, Batgirl, Coyote versus Acme. It's like, man,
I don't want to give them any more time.
Yeah.
With this stupidity.
Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.